Welcome back, guys. Today I'm going to talk about the meat that I bought in the month of January. It actually ends up in 2 different months the way I budget, but it was easier to just do the entire month of January. So I bought 35 sausages, which is 7 packages of Italian sausage, which you haven't seen yet because it will be in the grocery haul on Tuesday. And I also bought 17 pounds of ground beef in the month of January. I have it all written down right here. It is backwards for you guys because I'm using the forward-facing camera. This equates to 25 different dinner meals for us, and all but a couple of the dinners, all but 6 of the dinners will create all but 9 of the dinners will create leftovers, which can be lunches in the next days. All of this meat cost me $112.56, and I'm going to tell you what I'm doing with it. So right here is the Italian sausage. I have it allotted for 2 dinners of sausages with peppers and onions, and I'm giving 7 sausages to each of those dinners. The reason is that my 2 oldest kids like to have it the next day for lunch. Otherwise, I would only need like 5 sausages for that dinner, but since they like to have it the next day for lunch, I'll go ahead and make 7, and then it will also give them a lunch for the next day. So that is 14 of the sausages, and then I have written down that we'll have pasta with Italian sausage 3 times, and each time I use 4 Italian sausages for that. And for that meal, I just cut the Italian sausages up, and then I put them in with the pasta sauce. And that way everybody can get some sausage, and you don't get a whole sausage necessarily. And then I have 3 dinners where I use 2 sausages, and that will just be a sausage soup. This also creates enough leftovers for at least one person to have lunch the next day. And then over here, on this side, we have the ground beef. So I have I have 6 pounds of the ground beef allotted for either tacos or sloppy joe. Tacos typically does, and so does sloppy joe, make at least 1 serving of leftovers that someone can have for lunch the next day. I used 1.7 pounds for a meatloaf, which was something that actually my kids had never had, and they really liked that. And then out of that 3-pound roll, I used the other 1.25 pounds for tacos, which gave me a couple days of leftovers because I'm typically the only one that eats the leftover tacos. I took 5 pounds of the ground beef that I got, and I divided it into 5-ounce patties, which gave me 16 5-ounce hamburger patties. And if it was the summer, it would go a lot further because we like to have hamburgers on the grill, but the kids prefer hot dogs. So I would only need 3 of those hamburger patties for a meal in the summer usually. But in the winter, we like to make Salisbury steak with those, and I need 5 of them for each Salisbury steak meal. So those 16 hamburger patties will give me 5 Salisbury steak meals with 1 leftover hamburger patty that will just be in the freezer. I also made 3 10-ounce packages of ground beef for chili. You don't really need a whole pound of ground beef, especially if you're putting in a bunch of beans. And I always put in at least 2 cans of beans into my chili, and that will also make leftovers for at least 1 or 2 lunches. And then I did 3 6-ounce packages of ground beef to put in pasta sauce so that we can have a meat sauce with our pasta. Along with that 6 ounces of ground beef, I usually put in about 8 ounces of sausage. So I'll either do 2 of the Italian sausages, but more than likely I use the rolls of like breakfast sausage. I use like half of one of those in my pasta sauce. So that is the 25 dinners made from the 35 Italian sausages and the 17 pounds of ground beef. Are those all the dinners we had this month? No, of course not. We have chicken breast and chicken thighs and chicken drumsticks. We haven't had chicken drumsticks really because that's something we normally do on the grill, but I used chicken thighs to make General Tso's chicken. I have tons of chicken breasts, but I only use those really for chicken soup and buffalo chicken dip. I just kept buying them because I didn't think I had any until I organized my freezer again. So there are lots of those in there for chicken soup or buffalo chicken dip. We also have a few racks of ribs in there, which I only buy meat when it's on sale, so those kind of stretch out. I bought, I think, 3 racks of ribs in December, maybe? Can't really remember, but we still have at least 1 or 2 racks of ribs in the freezer, and we only need 1 of those for a meal. And we also make pigs in a blanket with crescent rolls when we have the ribs, because 2 of my kids don't really care for the ribs that much. They like them more now because I stopped making them spicy, but they don't necessarily care for those. And then we have chicken tenderloins in the freezer that we use for chicken Alfredo and fried chicken, which that is on my list to get this month because we are starting to run a little low on that. We also have like breakfast sausage for biscuits and gravy or breakfast for dinner. We always have stuff to make pancakes. We always have eggs. So these are not our only $25 dinners for the month, but people tell me that you cannot feed your family for $375 a month. And obviously this right here is 25 dinners for $112.56. That leaves, you know, over $250 left to get the rest of your groceries for the month. And you only need 5 or 6 more dinners. So you can definitely do it. It's just a challenge. You have to shop the sales. I mean, that's really the biggest thing is I shop the sales. Like, I'm buying these 35 sausages from Kroger this week because they're on sale for $4.99 a pack for the Johnsonville Italian sausages. We do have some picky people in our house that only eat certain brands, so we have to really watch for those to be on sale. If you have any other questions about how I feed my family for $375 a month, leave them in the comments below and maybe I can make another video. But if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below to subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell notification to get notifications when I post new videos. And until next time, we'll be seeing you. Bye, guys!